is up, you guys? This is my first actual YouTube video. If you follow me at all on Instagram, which is Pink Burns More Calories, I have come to just kind of realize myself the last few times that I have watched any of my Snapchat videos that I want to post a recipe about, or any of my little heartfelt posts that I like to do. Even though social media is such an awesome tool for that, I've just realized, my God, I do not shut up. And sometimes I just have so much to say that really just the attention span that it takes to go across Instagram when you're trying to flick through, you're trying to go through stories, and it's like click, 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 Sydney is still talking on a Snap story. I thought this might be a better forum for me here and there when I have things that I just have a little bit more to share with you guys, that I would like to talk about whatever's been on my mind. And whatever is basically going on at this particular week that has been on my mind is the Hurricane Florence that is coming to the Carolinas. I'm literally planning to evacuate with my husband tomorrow with some friends, and there's been a few times this year actually already where we have just kind of had to unexpectedly pick up and go, and whether it involves like a 10-hour road trip, stopping all these unknown places along the way. And for me, I have finally found a way that I really enjoy working out and eating and being healthy, but sometimes in a situation like this, I have been finding myself getting kind of like, just kind of anxious about all of the healthy stuff that I know won't really be available like my normal routine. I personally track macros, so I have a certain number of fats, carbs, and protein I try to stick to daily, whether it's a workout day or it's a rest day. And it's not really hard. You can find a lot of stuff on MyFitnessPal when you go to restaurants. But for me personally, like when you're in the car and going through stuff like that, you kind of get the munchies. You kind of just have a lot of unknown things. Like, well, shoot, I have no idea how to track that. And I just kind of thought it would be cool to post a little video about some things that I love to grab, just that I know if I get hungry, I know if I'm not going to have a lot of options, I'll be able to have it with me in the car to grab and eat. And I kind of want to just give a little disclaimer. This is not going to be the type of food, like, how do I say this? This is not going to be the type of food that are options for like people with restrictive programs like Whole30 or like 21 Day Fix, or eat like bikini preppers, things like that. Like, I'm just going to level with you guys. Like, the stuff that I'm talking about is just more kind of like healthy options for us normal girls who just, you know, still want to taste good food, don't want to sacrifice flavor, still want to get that comfort, but it's, you know, it's better options than just grabbing a Big Mac at McDonald's, basically. So the first stuff I'll go into is kind of my little go-to supplements that I like to take that are really easy. You can put in plastic bags or you can take them whole, is my protein. So I am obsessed with this Select PE Science protein in the frosted chocolate cupcake. I tried a few other flavors like snickerdoodle and vanilla, but this is my absolute favorite one. I think it's really funny when it comes to protein, when you talk to people who like get a lot of protein every day. It's like this hardcore one that you are dedicated to and loyal to. Everyone has their thing. This is just what I love personally. The reason why I freaking love it is it only has like, let me see here, 1.5 grams of fat, 1 carb, and 24 grams of protein, and it tastes freaking awesome. A lot of times, like, I've had protein in the past that was so processed it felt just way too sugary, like artificial tasting, and I was like, I just know that I don't care, that doesn't taste like it's healthy. And then you have some that just taste like straight up flour water, and this has just been the one protein I found that like has zero, like basically no carbs, no fat, but still tastes amazing no matter what you put it in. I put it in oatmeal literally every single day. I'll switch it up with like strawberries or peanut butter. I'll drink it by itself, and it's just a really great option if you're wanting to get your protein in without, like, if you're wanting to save your fats or your carbs for something later. So there's that. Next supplement, this little guy is First Form Nutri-Greens or Opti-Greens. I would like to say that I have this daily. Like, there's this girl I follow on Instagram that she literally drinks it every single day. She's posting tutorials all the time about how bloating, how it helps with digestion. She's been having it for years daily. I'm not gonna lie, I don't have it every single day, but it is a crazy amount of vegetables that you can get in with a single drink. And especially when I'm on the go, I don't know, I feel better when I drink it. Like, it does kind of help with your digestion. And if I know that I'm not going to be maybe eating a ton of vegetables in the day, I just feel better. Like, okay, well, I did get all of these greens. So you can check it out. It's basically like only 5 carbs for one drink. And it's got just a ton of superfoods in it. It's not synthetic, no processors, no sweeteners, preservatives. It's low processed. So it's a pretty legit product. Next on the protein list, so I am following, like I said, macros where everyone's different. So I know people are kind of weird about how they talk about their numbers sometimes, but specifically for me, I am on pretty high protein, pretty high carb, and moderate fat. So a lot of times my goal is to try to get as much protein as the day. Like, if I hit my protein numbers, everything else kind of comes second. So the protein that I would say, again, the protein powders, you can get the Quest nutrition bars. I got that for like a snack if I'm going to be like craving sweets. It does, I think, for if I'm trying to not have a ton of carbs, I'll probably only do this if I know I'm going to have plenty with everything else I'm eating for the day, because it does have 21 carbs, only like 9 grams of fat, but again, like, I usually know I'm going to want to save my carbs for something later, so it is an option if you have a sweet tooth. Let's see, what else on the high protein list here? Oh, so I posted a story the other day asking if anyone else was freaking out about how to be healthy during this hurricane. What can I have that's non-perishable? And my friend Tamara gave me this freaking great option. It was to get tuna. And a long time ago, I got a recipe. I think it was Sarah Bomar that posted it. She mixes tuna with avocados. The great thing about avocados is you can get them when they're not ripe yet, and they can sit for days until they're actually ready to eat. So a great non-perishable option. And it makes like a tuna salad. So I just got a ton of these guys that you can mix with an avocado mash. And then this guy, everything but the bagel seasoning from Trader Joe's is so freaking awesome. Like, it says it all. It's literally just everything but the bagel is what it tastes like seasoning, but mixed with anything like tuna, avocado on a flatbread, it is such an awesome thing that I just literally throw in my purse half the time if I'm going on trips to sprinkle on stuff. So, tuna salad option, great option. What else do I have here? Oh, okay. So, since we're sticking on the protein first, these guys are pretty awesome for me on my rest days lately. So on my rest days, I don't have nearly as many carbs as I normally do because you don't need as much energy. So I have been utilizing these a lot when I have the munchies still, but I know I don't need that many carbs. And this is what's freaking crazy about these little cheese bites. I mean, they really do taste like Cheetos, but y'all, for half of a package, less than 1 carb, 12 grams of fat, and 15 grams of protein. Who thought cheese could also have protein in it? That freaking blew my mind. And that was one of those just shut up and take my money things. Because it really is just basically like oven-baked Parmesan cheese. And it tastes so freaking good. Like, I have a ton of bags of these ready to go for me when I go to evacuate to Georgia in a few days. So there's those. Other options that I wouldn't recommend eating every single day, but again, if I'm low on my protein that day and I just want to get something in that doesn't have carbs and fat in it, jerky sticks. Be careful the ones you get, because some of them are like riddled with sodium and other things, but I usually either get the Austrian jerky or I'll get the Chomps from Trader Joe's. These are the turkey jerky sticks, and they're pretty good for getting a good amount of protein in, and only 2 grams of fat, so good option for you. This next thing I'll tell you about really fast, and I'm going to go really fast because it's really bougie, and I'm kind of embarrassed by it, but your girl likes food. I cannot eat something that does not taste great to me. Like, I fought that battle for years with every diet under the sun, and when I finally learned that I could actually eat healthy food or make food work for me in the way that I need for my body without sacrificing flavor, it was game over. So, these guys, truffle Marcona almonds from Trader Joe's, you don't want to have a ton of them because they are a ton of fat in just a 1/4 cup, but oh my god, my black truffle lovers out there, I don't know where you are, we need to have our own, like, secret club, because I could drink truffle flavor. I'm not gonna lie. It is just my vice. Is that a vice? I don't think it's a vice, but it's my thing. Like, anything, if I go to a restaurant, has truffle on it, I don't care. You can put truffle on cauliflower on ice, and I'll eat it. So, there are those. And also, this is way bougier, but also an awesome option for someone like me. Truffle zest seasoning. It's literally just, I got it from World Market, and I mean, I could literally, the clouds parted, and I just heard the angels singing hallelujah for me, because it's 5 calories for like a whole teaspoon sprinkled, and I just go to town with this stuff. I put it on my liquid egg whites, I put it on rice cakes, I put this stuff on everything. So if you have a World Market in your area and you are a truffle person like me, girl, rejoice, because, okay, I'll shut up talking about this. I said I was going to make it fast, so just go get this if you're looking to save some calories and not sacrifice a little bit. Okay, moving on. Rice cakes. Everyone knows about rice cakes. I don't have to go into those, but they're pretty great. I mean, they're a little bit like eating cardboard, but they're only 35 calories for 1 rice cake and 7 carbs. So when you're trying to lower your carbs but still feel like you're munching on something, I got these to go with my cashew butter and my almond butter, because I freaking love both. And sometimes I just want to have, let's be honest, a spoonful of cashew butter, and this kind of makes it more of a little vehicle for me to do that and not feel as bad about just spoon to jar with it. So there's that. Inner peas from Trader Joe's. These guys are pretty cool. Really good ingredients. They're literally just green peas, canola oil, and rice meal, calcium carbonate. For 22 pieces, 120 calories and only 16 carbs. So, again, if you're having the munchies and you just want to have a chip, something to munch on, I thought it was a pretty good option for that. These guys, another little life changer, literally 5 calories for an entire little non-perishable to-go pack of these pickles, and they're just so great for me sometimes when I get home and I'm just like, oh gosh, I want to eat something, but I want to wait till dinner, but I want to sacrifice all my calories. These do the trick for me pretty well. So I'll be taking these with me on the trip, and I think that is actually everything in terms of food that I'm going to be bringing with me. But again, maybe not the absolute cleanest options that you can have out there, but they are, if you really are trying to just have things on hand that you're looking, you can find stuff. Trader Joe's, Whole Foods, and Harris Teeter are definitely my go-tos for that sort of stuff. Sorry about that. I chose it out here because I thought it would be a much better environment versus being inside my house with the weird lighting in there. So I was like, oh, I should have a pretty background for my first YouTube video. But then, of course, you can hear the sirens going in the background nonstop in the traffic. Anyways, just really quick, I am going to just point out there, I am bringing plenty of wine with me too, and that's another reason why I'm a little more hyped up on my food game, because I'm not going to lie, like, my husband and I do love to be social. We're going to be meeting some of our friends, and we do enjoy having drinks. I usually wait till the weekends to do that, but, you know, I've just learned a lot. It's about moderation. Like, don't go freaking crazy. Someone said to me one time that, you know, you wouldn't, if you dropped your phone on the ground and you shattered it, you wouldn't just keep smashing it into the ground repeatedly all day and just make it worse and worse and worse, and your diet really shouldn't be any different. So, if you know you're going into a situation where you're going to have to compromise here and there, y'all, just making little small changes here and there can make a pretty big difference down the road. And for me personally, it's helped me learn that if I stay pretty good the majority of the time, instead of just going hardcore and looking at everyone else just kind of wanting to like have the food and drink they're eating and feeling like I'm missing out, I'm much more likely to stick with it versus just going crazy and falling off the wagon completely. So that's for me. One more thing that I thought would be kind of cool to mention that I was able to get, kettlebell. So kettlebell and resistance band, because the hotel for the first part of this trip is not going to have a gym. I think it will for the second part. We're going to have to switch halfway through because nothing was available. But obviously this is not going to work for you people who have to go on an impromptu trip flying. You can't take a 15-pound kettlebell with you. Oh my god, these sirens. I am so sorry.